Just about everyone in Washington, D.C. reads a newspaper, and within the capital area, they have two dailies to choose from, the Washington Post and Washington Star. Almost twice as many people read the Post. The Star is the obvious underdog in the battle for both readers and advertising dollars. But it does have a backer with big bucks. Time Incorporated bought the Star 3 years ago and has lost millions trying to rebuild circulation. Both papers are competing fiercely. This is the newsroom of the Washington Star. Traditionally, the Star has been known as the evening paper of the D.C. area. But 2 years ago, the paper launched an AM edition to go into direct competition with Washington Post, and there have been other changes to follow. Washington Star publisher George Hoyt.
We have made changes slowly and continually over the period of that 3-year term. As extensive as starting 5 local editions, which are local regional sections printed every day for each of the geographic areas in Washington. We have added a fashion section on Wednesday, a food section on Sunday, a real estate section for Friday and Sunday.
The circulation war involves two giants of the communications industry. Their rivalry also goes into magazines. For instance, Time Incorporated publishes Time magazine, and the Washington Post Company puts out Newsweek.
The new Washington Star.
Free, now the weekday Star is free. Buy 8 weekends and you'll see.
Both the Star and the Post have used television to reach more readers, especially affluent readers with money to spend for advertisers' products.
Every day there's a new Washington Post to help.
The latest figures from the Audit Bureau of Circulations show the Star under Time ownership has actually lost readers, while the Post has gained. In 1978, Star circulation was 328,000, but the most recent numbers show a drop of 6,000 daily readers. The Post, on the other hand, is up by close to 60,000 papers from 3 years ago. In 1978, its circulation was at 559,000. Today, it's at 618,000. In advertising, the Post is also the hands-down winner, claiming close to 75% of the market. Analysts say Star advertising has been slipping this past year. Part of the reason is the economy. During bad times, advertisers tend to spend less and put their dollars with the paper that has the most readers. In this case, that's the Post.
The Star is currently suffering from that. It is the secondary paper. It has lower circulation. It is less well known. It has not been as successful in the past as attracting advertisers. It is not the one they think of first. The Washington market has been surprisingly weak in this recession. I used to think of that as a government-supported, non-recessionary environment, but it has proven to be quite cyclical.
Despite the Post's continued gains, its publisher sees the Star as a formidable competitor.
Well, we're pretty concerned. And, obviously, Time Inc. is the biggest company in the communications business. The Washington Post Company bought Newsweek magazine back in 1962, so we have the experience of 19 years of competing with Time Incorporated. We know that they are an excellent company, that they are first-rate journalists, first-rate business people.
The Post has been selling more papers each year since the 60s. To cut into their circulation, the Star has tried a number of competitive tactics, like cutting prices.
Buy the weekdays for just 90 cents and get 8 Sundays free!
And then there was the dropping of the Doonesbury comic strip from the Post, something that the Star picked up on almost immediately.
Even the President of the United States needs Doonesbury. But the President needs to find his Doonesbury, and I don't seem to be finding Doonesbury in this newspaper.
Here, Daddy. Doonesbury's moved to the Washington Star. Where have you been?
The President's been looking in the wrong paper.
I prefer the Star.
You do?
Yes.
Why?
The layout's better, it's easier to read, and the editorials, I think, are much better.
What do you read the Post?
Well, I think it's more consistent with my political views and background.
Both of them are excellent. One's, more conservative and one's liberal.
In a town where political views are closely followed, many say they buy the Star or Post because of that paper's editorial viewpoints.
Some papers are slanted, one-sided, biased.
This ad, with no names mentioned, the Star takes a swing at its competitor by underscoring its own fairness and editorial excellence.
Habit and reputation are two of the key things that the Washington Post has in their favor. And to get around them is, first, we have to be here and be here consistently.
There is a stigma that I do have in my mind. I don't think that it's necessarily held up by reality. When I read the Star, I find it to be a decent paper. But somehow in my mind, the Post is the better paper.
Tomorrow, a look at why Time Incorporated is determined that Washington not become a one-newspaper town. Joanne Lee, Cable News Network, New York.